What is going on, everybody? This is your boy Mathematic Wolf once again, coming with you from Team IA, and here we are discussing a little tidbit that plays in part with radiata stories. Some of you may know the famous character, or probably the strongest character besides Jack Russell, which is Valkyrie. Now, a lot of people don't have too much background on who Valkyrie is unless you've played the other Tri-Ace games. And of course, if you know what I'm talking about, we are talking about Valkyrie Profile. There are several games in the series, and just to clarify, the certain Valkyrie that we're talking about, because there is more than one, is Valkyrie Lenif. Lenif is the Valkyrie that you see in Radiata stories. There's a couple hints of who she is, and most of the hints tend to aim towards this certain Valkyrie profile, which is number 2, called Selmaria. And there's the original Valkyrie profile called Lenif, which is all about her background. That was, I believe, on the original PlayStation and PSP. You can get both copies if you're lucky. And just to clarify, we're just gonna show you a little something about what this is about. So in this opening cutscene, we have the Princess of Japan, and she has Lenif's sister's soul inside her, who is known as Selmaria, which is why this game is called Selmaria. As you can see here, we have technically the third Valkyrie. Her name is Hrist, and she's trying to prevent Selmaria and Alicia to go back to Valhalla. She's running away for some odd reason because she feels that she's in danger. I believe that Odin is the one that's posing the danger. I won't give too many spoilers. I myself know, of course, and if you play the game, which I highly recommend you do, you will know why. But this is just some of the opening cinematics that I want you guys to check out and kind of see what's going on here.
So be it. But be warned, Japan will not be spared.
And the video pretty much ends right here before it cuts back into the main menu where you start a new game or load your game. But just to clarify, once again, we're jumping back to the whole Valkyrie and Radiata stories. For those of you that don't know, Valkyrie is in Radiata stories. She's, I guess, traveling through worlds or got caught up somehow with the whole scenario. And this is one of the best things that I've been talking about for years. And if you have the official Radiata Stories game guide, you will see, and I'll upload the video, or at least do a little clip imaging here. But the official Radiata Stories book does 100% clarify what I've been saying the whole time between Jack and Cairn, Jack's dad. Before you head to the storage corridor, you run into Cairn. You fight Jack's dad. You get to meet who he is. You see how strong he is, and he basically is like proud that he got to fight Jack. And Jack says, "Hey," which is something really weird because he says he remembers him being kind of kooky and weird, or saying he doesn't remember that he was always that weird. I'll eventually go into more detail, but I've been saying, if you go back to like GameFAQs forums, I've been saying for the last couple of years that I always believe that Jack's dad was captured by Lenif Valkyrie as an Einherjar. I believe I'm saying that right, Einherjar. And Einherjar in this game is basically a soul that is collected to go serve Odin in Valhalla for the Great War of Ragnarok. So, because of course, you know, Jack's dad was one of the best knights in the kingdom, he died, which of course that 100% confirms that he died. And for those of you that didn't know for some odd reason, he is dead. He is an Einherjar. He retains all his memories, he retains everything. He's just a spirit. So, on his way up there, Lenif Valkyrie tried to get him to bring Jack along, which that would basically would have to hint that he was ready to die, or she was gonna try to convince Jack to join her side. So she gave Karen a chance to see what Jack was all about, how Jack was going on here, and I thought that was really great that they tied this in, believe it or not. You never really get to see much of Karen in the game or hear about him other than just what the few things the NPCs say. The manga, which once again I'm going to be going into full detail about, actually explains a lot of Karen's backstory. But this part is just mostly just to explain that very famous scene, which I'll be adding a clip of that either. I just wanted to give a little teaser right here. But it does 100% confirm that he is an Einherjar. So, with that being said, I'm glad I put that together. I'm kind of happy right now because not a lot of people really explain that. Not a lot of people really know about that, and I feel like that's something that should be said because Tri-Ace did throw some Star Ocean in here. You can see a Valkyrie profile is in here, and it's really great that they went out of their way to do the extra little tidbits. If you go to the King's Chambers, you will see a Valkyrie armor. They don't really specifically say whose it is. It could be Hris, it could be Somaria's. It's definitely not Lenneth because obviously she's wearing hers, but you do see it in there. And once again, I'll be uploading that here, but I'm just trying to get 100% confirmation of what I've been saying this whole time. Yeah, so Lenneth once again runs into Jack. She fights him, and she's like, "Oh, I can't believe I lost." And she gives you the extra sword, Holy Sword of Graham. There's a joke in Radiata stories that I guess most of you know or don't know is that she's the collector of souls. She wants Jack to join her, and she was willing to take it by force. Now, a lot of you don't know that a lot of these Valkyries, they do have their own agenda, serving Odin for the purpose of the Ragnarok War, but they also have their own hidden agendas. They don't always have to follow what Odin says. It's kind of like hey, I'm letting you do what you want to do, but as long as you get to where I want you to get, we're cool. So there's a possibility that Lenneth could have actually killed Jack and taken his soul and forced him to be an Einherjar or something like that, because he couldn't physically go to obviously Valhalla unless he had some type of crazy magic. And of course, we do run into Lazard Valif, who is like the crazy guy that's obsessed with Lenneth Valkyrie. He's like obsessed with her. He wants to fall in love with her. She wants him to love him, etc., etc. And she never really does. She doesn't really have those feelings for him because she's not really about that life. She's more interested in her mission, and he's kind of a fucking stalker, slash crazy guy. So once again, yeah, I just wanted to touch on that. I will be adding to this video and maybe adding a couple of segments in here proving once again what I was saying. But as of right now, I'm just going to leave this where it's at. And yeah, I'll continue off later, maybe edit the video a little bit and give me about a minute or so and we'll jump right back into this.